Hey everyone, I'm PeachKill.
And I'm Pure Oak.
And today we'll be talking about the behind the scenes of A Day in the Dark. Let's get to it.
So, how did you get the idea for this video?
So this all started a few months ago when I saw this Minecraft short film on YouTube called SUNDOWN, created by a channel called The One to Fear. And it was a horror short film in the style of this handheld camera. And I thought it was really interesting because I've never seen it done before.
So Alex showed me the video and I watched it and I also thought it was really cool. And we realized that we kind of wanted to do our own video of it. We wanted to create the handheld perspective and the story that we can tell through that. And that's why we decided to create A Day in the Dark. We started production by opening a server on Aternos.org. We hopped onto that world and we started scouting for a location. We kind of made up the script as we went, but we had an idea of what we wanted to make. So the video starts. This was one of the locations that we scouted. It was really nice and it kind of worked with our scene as we went along.
Now, the interesting thing is here, the camera is seen laying on a sand block, but in production, we were only by ourselves. So what we ended up having to do was we used a mod called Replay Mod, which allowed you to place a camera in any point in space and time with 360 views. And we used this for a lot of scenes in the video too, where we needed to set down the camera. Now, one of the things that made the entire video look good was the shader pack that we used, which is called SEUS, and this can be seen inside the house.
Yeah, SEUS really played to our advantage here. The entire film looked really beautiful because of it, and it really, really worked inside.
So for a plot to progress, right, I decided that it was going to rain, and I added a thunder sound effect, which would kind of hint at what would go on in the future as we were crafting our pickaxes.
I need some materials.
Oh, they're up there in the attic.
So whenever we were shooting the outside rain scene, we decided that we wanted a few stages of the weather to kind of pick up. So first of all, this is the cloudy scene. Now Minecraft doesn't naturally have cloudy scenes, so we had to make it rain in Minecraft while we were walking through so the clouds would appear, and then remove the rain particles so it created this very cloudy and dark atmosphere. Later in the video, it starts to rain lightly with the wind picking up, and then finally, whenever we're about to go into the cave, the wind really picks up then.
So one of the biggest things that made this video pop was the audio design. And for this, I used a source of different sound effects such as ambient backgrounds, wind, in-game sound effects, dialogue, footsteps. It all helps to create this wonderful immersive experience that we wanted in the video.
Alright, let's go.
Whoa. We even recorded our breathing, which was kind of nice. It was just like a session where we were just panting and...
So now we enter the mine scene, which was probably Alex's favorite part to sound design in this video because he added so much reverb to all the scenes.
Yes, exactly. Reverb, basically, what it allows you to do is it allows you to echo your whatever voice, and it was really the key to selling the cave effect.
We're gonna have to be careful.
Here there's nothing going on much, we just wanted to play Stall in the background.
I love Stall.
Yeah, the funeral was nice, right? How did we do that?
The funeral was really nice because all the sound effects and the visual effects really came together. We found a little mountain spot and we added in the gravestone and put all the pieces together in the stairs, and we, of course, and most importantly, we got Mr. Pig, which really adds to the scene.
Yeah, keep in mind that this story is literally made up as we go, so we had no idea at the time what we were doing. We were just improvising and just going with it. Coming up on the creeper scene, this continuous scene took 6 agonizing hours to produce. 6 hours.
And it took 6 hours too long. So we wanted the creeper to go in a very specific direction, so what we ended up doing is we placed barriers around the mountain, so it would exactly follow us, and that worked out well for the most part, but that ties in with our AI problem. The creeper, like, dozens of times would just run around and go in different directions.
That is the main reason why it took 6 hours to make. Now, coming up on the lightning scene, the lightning was a really challenging element to add in, and this scene has to be done in one take. So to time the lightning, we had a command block underneath us hooked up to a pressure plate that Ashton would step on, and that would summon a lightning bolt in the distance. So we had to get our choreography perfect and hoped that the coded algorithms of the creeper didn't mess it up. And the final result ends up being pretty cool.
What? No!
Just do it!
It's so satisfying to see it all come together too. Alright, coming up on the blaze scene, we spent weeks figuring out how we were gonna do it.
This was a very interesting scene to do. So we wanted to encapture a giant fiery and bright blaze going around and zooming across a dark forest. And originally we planned just to keep AI to do that. But the problem with working with AI is not only can it be very unpredictable, but it can also not be as lively as you'd want and appreciate it to be.
And we also wanted as much control as we could get.
So what we ended up doing was we got together a friend, and our friend had to mimic the blaze, so he would go invisible, and we used a string of commands set together to basically tell Minecraft, hey, wherever our friend is at that time and place, we're going to want to teleport a blaze to that part. That way, our friend could fly around the forest in any way he wants, and the blaze would immediately follow him, creating the illusion that the blaze has a mind of its own. But yeah, it worked out really well in the end. The blaze followed us, and it worked perfectly, and our friend really put on a great performance for the thing. The reason it works so well is because it's a very dark forest being lit up by blazing fire, and it really all comes together in a cinematic tone.
Coming up on this final climax scene, this was done all in one take, all the way up.
And by God, did it take a long time. So there were a few elements to the scene that we should probably break down. First of all, the zombies moving all the way towards us. So naturally, you won't see hordes of zombies. Minecraft doesn't have any zombies that chase you after like 15 blocks. So that wouldn't work out, and it wouldn't create the vision that we had in mind. So what we ended up doing was, as soon as we walked into the house, a few command blocks would go off in a chain that would summon an invisible villager right below Alex. And naturally, the zombies would be drawn to the villager, but not to Alex. So in that scene, you can see all the zombies running towards the house, when in reality, they're just going to the bottom of the house. We have that in two different areas. First area, the first balcony, and we have it go on the second balcony, both timed.
Yeah, and it took us days to set up the command chain in order to execute the certain events we wanted to happen.
So basically, we had a command string set up that typed in chat 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then boom. And then an explosion would happen, zombies would be spawned, a villager would spawn above the house, so the zombies would start walking towards the house. Then the house would explode, and naturally the zombies would just be drawn into there and just go into there. And it worked out pretty well in the end.
Now, I want to talk about the scene where we run up the stairs. So I wanted to create a shot where it felt like I was actually holding the camera and running up the stairs. And originally the footage looked really dull with just me running up the stairs with no extra elements. So to create the realistic look of running up the stairs, I decreased the field of view so it would show a portion of the screen. And I also added tons of camera shake and the sounds of footsteps running up the stairs. And the final result ends up looking like a realistic shot of us running up the stairs.
One.
We need to get off this roof.
Now, onto this last shot of the video. We decided that we were going to finish up this video with a time loop, a paradox.
The problem was is that we decided we wanted to have the time paradox to like 24 hours before the video got released. We had no idea.
It was a last minute kind of thing, but I think it was actually a really good job finishing it up.
It added a really interesting spin to the whole thing. And that's been a short look at behind the scenes of Day in the Dark. We've been working on this project for just about 4 months now, and we're really happy it's been released now. And we hope to inspire people so that they can also create their own things. And then,
yeah, guys, do whatever you want. It's not impossible. Yeah, this project really kept us going. It was something to look forward to, and we just created something we wanted to put out there for anyone to come across. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.